Hi everyone, I'm Sophie Milburn, editor of the MSP Channel Insights portfolio, and I'm joined today by Melanie from Cloudyway. So, Melanie, could you tell us a little bit about yourself, your role at Cloudyway, and as well as a little bit about the company?
Perfect. Thank you for having me, Sophie. I'm Melanie Douglas, leading sales for Cloudyway across EMEA. We've been empowering Microsoft 365 migrations and coexistence for over 15 years, seamless transitions for even the trickiest setups with no disruption. And I'm today very excited to share some insights about our latest innovation.
How has Cloudyway's approach to AI readiness evolved over the past year, especially with organizations accelerating their adoption of generative AI and Microsoft Copilot?
So historically, the focus has been on enabling seamless migrations and ensuring organizations can operate across coexistence scenarios without disruption. Now, with the quick adoption of Microsoft Copilot, organizations have realized that the real challenge isn't deploying AI, it's ensuring that their data is secure, well-governed, and actually usable. So Claudio responded to this shift by introducing AI readiness assessment focused on data exposure, governance, and structure. So the conversation has evolved from simply moving and managing data environments to making that data truly secure, which is now a critical foundation for successful AI adoption.
Yeah, and you mentioned some of the challenges there, but what would you say are some of kind of the main other key challenges that organizations are facing when preparing their organizations for AI, particularly in terms of kind of, data quality, security, and governance? And how does Cloudware's AI readiness assessment kind of help address those challenges?
So the main challenges are typically around oversharing and consistent governance and lack of visibility into data exposure. Most Microsoft 365 environments contain year accumulated content, duplicate files, inactive data, and broadly defined access permissions. So when AI is introduced, particularly with Microsoft Copilot, these issues become much more critical because AI can only be as secure and accurate as the data it is grounded on. So Cloudyway helps address this by scanning Microsoft 365 environments and identifying risks such as overshared content, inactive data, and misaligned permissions. It then translates those findings into clear, prioritized remediation guidance. So instead of raw technical outputs, you get a structured, actionable roadmap that helps both IT teams and business stakeholders understand what needs to be fixed.
Amazing. And kind of building on that, how would Cloudway kind of enable MSPs and partners to deliver AI readiness assessments at scale for their customers?
So for MSPs, Cloudyway enables AI readiness to become a fully scalable advisory service. The platform supports unlimited assessments, multi-management, multi-tenant managements with white label reporting. That means that MSPs can move away from manual one-off consultant work and instead industrialize the process, delivering standardized AI readiness assessments across their entire customer base in a consistent and repeatable way.
Right. And we've kind of touched on this a little bit, but what do you think really differentiates Cloudway's AI readiness assessment from other tools or approaches that organizations might already be using?
What differentiates Cloudyway is that it goes beyond visibility and actually enables action. Many tools will highlight issues like the oversharing or governance gaps, but Cloudyway is built on the migration and transformation heritage. So it's designed not to just identify problems, but to support remediations at scales. That connection between assessments and actionable remediation is what creates real commercial value.
Right. Are there any kind of recent updates or innovations on the platform that you're maybe particularly excited about or that partners should be particularly aware of regarding AI readiness and data preparation?
Yes. So we're constantly adding improvements based on customer experience, ensuring the platform fits the real world needs for MSPs. The overall interface is now much more readable with better layout and visual clarity. We also introduced multi-language reports so that MSPs can manage globally distributed tenants and present assessments in the right language.
Amazing. And could you maybe give a specific example of where you've seen organizations significantly improve its AI or Copilot adoption thanks to kind of insights provided by Cloudway?
Sure. So one strong example is MB Solution, an MSP that previously was running AI assessments manually. So before Cloudyway, their process relied on PowerShell scripts that took 8 to 12 hours to execute, followed by 2 days of manual analysis. Even then, the output was mostly raw data, making it difficult to interpret and present to clients. After adopting Cladyway, they reduced assessment time to just a few hours and could run multiple assessments in parallel. But the real transformation was commercial. Instead of delivering technical data sets, they could now provide executive-ready white label reports with clear insights and prioritized recommendation. This improves client engagement and significantly increased conversion into remediation and follow-up services. So as a result, AI readiness becomes a scalable, repeatable advisory service rather than just a manual technical exercise, and now acts as a gateway into broader services like governance, remediation, and Copilot adoption and support.
Amazing. I love hearing kind of like actual real life applications of it rather than just kind of speaking it in quite an abstract way. So that was great. Thank you. What kind of trends are you seeing that organizations maybe should be preparing for with their data environments over the next kind of maybe 12 to 18 months?
Um, well, over the 12, 18 months, we're seeing organizations move from can we launch AI to can our data environment sustain AI at scale. So the emphasis is shifting toward unified governance, better metadata and classification, and faster remediation of data risk so AI can be deployed safely without slowing the business down.
Right. And then we start to look at things obviously more kind of long term. So how can partners leverage AI readiness assessments as maybe like an entry point to create longer term value for customers, such as governance, security improvements, or data transformation projects?
Right. So for MSPs, the AI readiness assessment is not the end goal. It's the entry point to a broader life cycle. It typically starts with a paid audit, but naturally expands into remediation projects such as data cleanup, governance, implementation, and security improvements. From there, it evolves into recurring managed services like ongoing governance, continuous optimizations, and AI readiness reviews. So it creates a full life cycle, assess, remediate, and manage, which is where long-term customer value and recurring review are built.
Fantastic. And what kind of maybe final pieces of advice would you give for MSPs looking to add AI readiness services into their portfolio using Cloudways platform?
My advice is to treat AI readiness as a productized advisory service, not a technical exercise. Start with a structured fixed price assessment and use it to engage at the executive level, focusing on data risk and AI readiness. Then focus heavily on what comes next. Because the real value is and revenue comes from remediation and transformation work, not the assessment itself. And importantly, don't lead with AI as a concept. Lead with data risk and exposure that would what creates urgency and drives actions.
Amazing. And then kind of my final question would be looking ahead, how do you see Cloudways evolving its AI readiness capabilities to kind of support the growing demands that is, happening for security and effective AI adoption?
Looking ahead, I see Cladyway evolving toward continuous AI readiness. That means moving beyond one-time assessments into ongoing monitoring, automated remediation, and deeper integration with the Microsoft ecosystem. As AI adoption accelerates, organizations will need continuous governance and optimizations, and Cladyway is well positioned to become a key layer in enabling secure and scalable AI adoption. Ultimately, I think that Cladyway enables MSPs to run AI readiness into a scalable advisory practice, driving immediate revenue through the assessment and remediation, and long-term value through governance and managed services.
Fantastic. Well, that's all my questions, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much, Sophie.